Hi guys, right, today I wanted to have a look at virtual reality headsets. This is the Google Cardboard. What was it, released a few years back? This is not the official Google one, but it's the same principle. And obviously things have moved along quite a lot since then. Now for myself, I have a squint in one of my eyes, and that doesn't really help with being able to view things correctly with these devices. Now a company called TechElec, they contacted me and said, would you like to try out one of our products? So this is what we got. So by TechElec, and it's a virtual reality glasses, and it's basically a more upmarket version of the Google Cardboard. So like I say, with my squint, I find that my eyes don't tend to focus correctly on things like this, and so I tend to just see one image or the other. So I was interested, to try something like this to see, how well this works for me in comparison to, say, like the Google Cardboard. And the only other one I've tried is the Samsung Gear VR. I tried that when I was out at the gadget show. That really did work for me, and I think that's probably because it's very immersive. You don't have particularly any sort of black areas or excess light coming in that kind of distracts it, and I think sometimes my eyes work better if it's more like a real world situation. So, it comes in a little box here. We've got some instructions, which basically go through various specs of the unit. What else have we got in here? We've got please share your opinion and sign up for extra member benefits, and you get a little cleaning cloth as well for your lenses. So the specs of this unit, so it's plastic, it supports phones from 3.5 to 6 inches. Lenses are spherical resin, angle 80 to 95 degrees. Focal adjustment range, we got 55 to 65 millimeters. Object distance range, adjustment range 10 mil, 380 grams. Blah de blah de blah. So we get rid of that. And so these are the goggles. You have to excuse if they're a bit greasy. I was playing around with them yesterday. They're quite nice. They nice design. Not particularly. I mean, they really are quite light. You get a nice strap here, which is Velcro bits here. You can pull this off, and then just adjust this to suit the right fit for your head. Same Velcro on the sides as well for adjustment there. So we've got a couple of little protective bits on the lenses. I'll just whip those off. So as you can see, so this is the lens system you've got here. What they've got with this is a form of adjustment. So there's a little knob on the side. It's the same on the other side, and you can basically turn that. And when you turn that, as you can see, the front of it will expand out further and closer again. I find, for me, I don't know what the optimum size phone is, but I've got the Nexus 5X, so that's about 5.1 inch screen, and even with that, with it fully adjusted, fully closed position, it's still showing me black around it. I'm still just seeing a square image. Maybe if my eyes were working properly I'd be different, I don't know. So that doesn't work too well for me. And there's a little dial at the top here, and this will adjust the width of the eyepieces. So as you can see, we can move them in and out, and that's obviously just designed to cater for your eyes. No, everyone's eyes are in exactly the same position, so you can adjust that accordingly. Now to get your phone in it, you just pull the lid down. It's just magnetic, and this is the inside of the unit, so you can see the back side of those lenses there, and various adjustment mechanisms in there. Now the phone system for holding it in, this is my one little gripe with this unit. So your phone needs to be orientated that way, so there's my speaker grill there, so we're orientating it in there, and you've got these little sliders. They're a bit fiddly, but they expand out to accommodate the size of your phone. Now these foam pads, as we can see, I've put a couple there, there's one there, one there. Foam pads come in a box, but there's no information as to what you should use them for. And what I found, especially with this phone, is they've got the power button here and the volume buttons. And that once you've actually got it in the unit, which again is a bit fiddly because you have to kind of get behind there. When I had that in, I thought great, got it in, and then suddenly the phone's shutting down. And of course what was happening is the plastic mechanism here, because it is in quite a lot of spring tension, was pushing on the power button and just turning the phone off, and it's interfering with the volume button slightly as well. So I figured out that's what these foam pads are for. You can just cut them up and create spaces so that you can fit your phone in. So it's a tad annoying, but at least they do provide the foam pads. It would just be nice if there was a bit of information as to what you're supposed to do with them. But you kind of work it out when you stick your phone in and find that it shuts itself down because you're pushing on the power button. So that's the mechanism you got for holding your phone. And obviously you want to get it sort of centered. You've got a couple magnets either side here, so you can sort of just push along, get it about right in the center, and then you can close the lid on it. Now there's no, like the original Google Cardboard, this one's got it as well. It had this little magnet on the back and a little washer there that you could use to interact with the phone for navigating menus. This doesn't have anything like that, so you would need, I suppose, a kind of like a remote control thing. I've noticed that the new Pixel phones, Google doing their own VR headset with a little remote control. This doesn't have any remote control with it, so you can adjust anything. As you can see, it fits in quite nicely. The actual listing, I've got it up on here. This is for the product here on their website. I'll put the links in the description. It's not too badly priced, £19.99. I don't know if that includes free shipping or not, and they're saying that's down from 80 quid. Well, I don't think anyone's going to pay 80 quid for a bit of plastic like this, but 20 is fairly reasonable. So we can load up the Google Cardboard app on here, and what should we put on? There's a roller coaster one there, so we can just pop that on there. So as you can see, you've got your two image there, and obviously ideally you want to line, because you've got your line there, you want to get that lined up with the line on here, so that's reasonably well aligned. And then hopefully you can see that we've got the image coming through there, obviously magnified quite a fair bit. But for me, I'm just kind of seeing either one image or the other image. That's obviously an issue with my eyesight, unfortunately. As for wearing this thing, it is quite a good fit. It's nicely, these rubber pads around here, so that sort of presses against your head and keeps the light out. So you certainly don't get much in the way of excess light. There's a little bit from the edges slightly, where you've got the edge there, and you've got the same on there. You get a little bit of light from there, and where your nose is, you get some light coming in from that area. All in all, it's quite a good device, and certainly, I think for anybody with normal vision that doesn't have a squint or anything, that would be a very good device for them. So I certainly recommend it if you're into this sort of thing. So I'm sure there's cheaper options, more expensive options. So yeah, that's generally a kind of look and review at this VR headset by TechElec, and hopefully one day I might be able to fork out for an Oculus Rift or something. I would need to try one out first and see if that works for me or not. But I think there's something in these, and we'll certainly start seeing them improve a lot over the next few years, and certainly get a lot cheaper. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comments, etc. always welcome, and I'll catch you soon for the next video. Cheers.